Greetings. Good morning. Look at, I swear I'm glowing. Like, I don't know what's different in my lighting today. Oh, I didn't even grab myself a glass of water. Oh, well, it is what it is. It's only half an hour. Oh, well, we had 3 cards go flying. I think that's what our topics are today.
And the topic is always coming from the Feng Shui personal card deck of Tara Catherine Collins, amazing teacher, mentor,
Friend.
light being friend.
And this is the card deck.
Founder of the Western School of Feng Shui, you know.
Hey, don't you have that program coming up?
Yes, in September, Red Deer, Alberta, you can come for 6 glorious days and do your Feng Shui certification.
Yay! What are the dates? September?
Oh, how about I just put a link in the comments?
Oh, that's the easiest. Okay. That way we could, yeah.
I got a lot of stuff going on. I think it's this.
It's okay.
I
just
think
put
it
a link in the
starts
comments.
on the 17th. Let me just look at my little calendar.
Okay.
Okay. And you said 3 cards already flew out?
Yep, I did. And they're an interesting combination. So it'll be cool to see where this goes.
Yeah, September 17th. But yeah, I'll put a link in the comments for sure. Good morning, Paula. Good morning, Sharon.
Paula,
good morning, Kathy.
Sharon,
come on in,
wow.
Connie, whoever else is out there. It's the Facebook world. The sun is shining where we are.
Right.
It's going to be a glorious day. It is my mama's 88th birthday today.
Happy birthday, Gigi.
88. I might have to buy her a lottery ticket that she could share with her 11 children.
Yeah, that'd
be fun.
That would be really fun. Okay, so 3 cards literally went, ooh, I don't know if you saw them on camera or not. And here's the 3 of them, which is interesting. So we have green perimeter.
We have what?
The perimeter.
Oh, green perimeter.
Green.
Okay, gotcha. We're
we
talking
have red and
elements.
orange. Yeah, we're talking elements here. And
elements today.
Yellow.
Morning, Jacqueline. We got 2 Sharons on this morning. Come on in.
Woo. And a yellow. So we have wood, fire, and earth represented in the colors.
Ooh, wood, fire, and earth.
Yeah. Okay. So we got the number 12 card, wind dancers. We have the number 9 card, plants.
Which is what?
Plants.
Oh, plants. Plants.
And we have the number 39 card, closets, drawers, and cabinets.
Ooh, yeah.
How come, Anita? What were you working on?
Closets, drawers, and cabinets.
Yes.
No.
What were you working on? I mean, plants, it was such a beautiful night last night. I was outside putzing in the garden and weeding and deadheading until 10 o'clock.
And oh my gosh, like Cheryl,
yes,
you're gonna have to do a little video.
Okay.
And maybe post it on here. Because I was at Cheryl's yesterday and we were doing some work and we were sitting outside on her patio and her beautiful garden. OMG. I mean, it's spectacular. I'm getting goosey bumps. I just love it. And in their front yard, you know, they've done a front landscape I just love it because you know, she's got all these rocks, and then, you know, over here there's the raspberry canes are growing on the front yard, and then over here we got some carrots growing over there with the beets or something, and then there's some peas, and I mean, so, and then there's some, you know, beautiful flowers and other perennials, so it's interspersed in between like a garden. So I love that. I love what you and Rod have done. Anyways.
Yeah, I'll do a little front yard video now that it's weeded.
Yeah, you should share that because honestly, it might give some people some ideas. They might be thinking, oh man, I don't want to mow this front yard anymore. And you know what? Easy to start to do a different kind of
Mm-hmm.
landscape.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I too was digging in the dirt last night. So there you go.
That's why plants came up for sure then. Wind dancers. So movement in the wind. Actually, it was funny because I was sitting outside last night before I was putzing. I had to do some work because I mean, you and I worked yesterday, and then I went and played. I went and did some golfing with my friend Kathy.
Yeah.
And then after supper, when I came home, was like, okay, I actually have some pay work to get done. So I was sitting in the backyard and I could hear this noise. So I turned around and I am maybe 8 feet from a robin in the bird bath. And there is water flying everywhere. It was just this spray. And Rod happens to be standing in the back door and he's watching it too. Like he heard it. That's how loud the robin was. So he looked out and he goes, I think we have to add more water to that bird bath. Water was just flying. It was really cute. Didn't have my camera, so I couldn't video it. And my movement probably would have scared the bird. So, but anyway, but wind dancers, which is an interesting card to come up. And the closets, drawers, and cabinets. I mean, I was in my one drawer this morning trying to get some oils, and I made a little list that I needed to get a little tray. So maybe that's why drawers came up, but regardless.
Well, I'm going to say, the drawers, doors, cabinets, storage things, this time of year, I would suggest that we all look closer to the storage shed, the garage. You know, as you and I were talking about our gardening, and again, I mean, I know Cheryl, right, represents 0.04% of the population in being organized, uber organized. So she's an anomaly. and so, and I mean, her and Rod have this shed in their back and it has all their garden tools, it's just super organized. So I think that, that's a reminder for all of us to be able to have those things easily accessible so that you can go into the shed. I know yesterday I was at the shed at the lake house property because the kayaks are stored there and there's a rental coming and, things like that. So again, it's about organization so that the kayaks are ready. They're on their little portable wheels so that as soon as somebody rents them, it's just easy peasy. You just go there, you pull the kayak out, it's already on the wheels, and you wave goodbye and down they go for a walk to the beach and launch their kayak, right? Now, you can imagine if that wasn't organized and whatever, then if you're running late to meet the client and then all of a sudden, oh my God, the kayak's upside down. Oh, it's not clean. Oh, where the heck's the life jacket?
Yeah, where's the paddle?
It starts to snowball.
It does.
Right? So, I mean, that's just an example. So in somebody else's, home environment, it could be, oh my gosh, you're looking out the window, you see the storm clouds are coming. You wanted to mow the grass or weed whack or something. And then where's the gas? Well, the darn mower's out of gas, or somebody, didn't have the lawn bags replaced. I mean, just little things all of a sudden can just boom into this frustration and just, and then your body just tenses up and gets all like that, right? So if you want to be in the flow means, taking care of your stuff.
Yeah.
Right? How you care for, respect, and value anything is how you care for, respect, and value everything. So let's care for that stuff that's behind the closed doors of the shed, of the garage. Maybe there's some drawers in the garage. Again, can you park your car? Like all those kind of things. So
yeah, and it's good point. It's a good time of year to look at that space. Like, how are you actually using it? How do you feel when you stand in the door to it? Like really. We talked
Yeah.
about this yesterday or last week with the bedroom. How do you feel in your bedroom? But how do you feel in any space in your house? But today we got onto garage sheds and stuff. We just started summer. Okay. Summer
Mhm.
solstice was the other night. So you have time. How are you choosing to spend it? We're
Yeah.
not telling you how to spend it, but if you've got an area in your life, maybe it's a drawer, maybe it is a closet, maybe it's the garage or the shed. How do you feel? And just stop and breathe into that. Like, how does it feel? Do you have a knot in your stomach? Do you get and tightened muscles right off the bat? Even just thinking about it, you need to do some work there. That's your indicator. Super easy.
Mhm.
That's your indicator. Oh, it just dawned on me why wind dancers came up. I noticed because we were out and about yesterday, and one of the places we were at was at Westerner Park in Red Deer, always well maintained, right?
Yeah.
Driving through the city, and there's lots of road construction going on, so of course you're driving slower, and I'm just
Yes.
looking around and noticed a lot of flags and how tattered they've become. So I think that's why wind dancers is up. So again, that's that care for. Observe what you have outside. What kind of condition is it in?
Mhm.
And there were flags in a couple places, prominent places. I'm like, you guys might want to replace that.
Well, and your eye, right? Your attention went there.
Right,
And that's
because they're
because of
moving.
the movement, and
Yeah.
the movement is catching your visual, and then you go, ooh, that doesn't feel very good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And
Well,
I was
and
driving
I think
slower,
the
so.
other reason the wind dancer came up for too, we're going to take the word wind out of there and just call it dancer.
Oh, that was you yesterday.
Well, but it's going to be me and my mom and a bunch of us today as well.
Great.
We're going to be wind dancers. And again, it just reminds us to move our own body. Right? Just move your own body and just see what, okay, what's that? And maybe ask your body, what am I holding on to there? Right? Is this mine, or does that belong to somebody else? So
good point. Good point. That could bring us into a little side note about what we're doing this coming Wednesday.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Why don't we talk about that for a few minutes, and then we'll get back to plants, because that's my favorite subject.
Okay.
So this Wednesday on our Power of 8, which is a weekly intentional meditation group, doesn't mean it's just 8 people. It's just a number, and it's a name based on Lynn McTaggart's work and her book called The Power of 8. Okay. Side note. We have Power of 8 Red Deer group, Facebook, public group. You can go on there, check it out if you're not familiar with it.
I'm gonna post a link right now.
Perfect.
Here it's coming. Yeah.
This coming Wednesday is our wrap up, and then we're taking a summer hiatus because it is a commitment for Anita and I to be on it every week. Anyway, we have a very special guest joining us, and her name is Dr. Rose Bachman. And Anita, you have to tell the story of how this started, when and how you met her.
Okay, so when I was in Mexico back in March, April, a friend of mine hosted this little event at her house, and she had about 20 some people show up, and she wanted to share with all of her friends and woo-woo people this lady that she had met, Dr. Rose Bachman. And there was another lady there named Sherry, who's a naturopathic doctor as well. Anyway, so I went, and I was just blown away by how quickly she was able to get to the issue stored in the tissue. That's what she says. Your issues are stored in your tissues, emotional stuck energy. And if you don't deal with it, then it's going to deal with you in the way of dis-ease, right? So anyways, there was this, of course, she asked for some participants to come up if anybody had any health, relationship, or wealth issues that they wanted to work on. So this lady came up, said she needed some health. She had this shoulder problem, and she was only able to raise her shoulder to about here. And so Rose quickly did some kinesiology muscle testing on her, and was like in a matter of minutes was able to pinpoint a time in this person's life when she was mirroring the actions of her mother and shouldering where her mother had shouldered all kinds of responsibility or something. Anyways, so she started going through some mantras with her, some forgiveness mantras. Then she took her other arm and she did some kind of almost like a chiropractic adjustment thing. And literally within 10 minutes, she said to this woman, okay, how does that feel now? She said, you know, how does your shoulder feel? And the woman went like this.
Yeah.
So after 2 years of not being able to lift her arm and move her shoulder past this height and gone to physio and chiro and done all kinds of things, right? She would, and so I was just like blown away.
Yeah.
So anyways, yeah, and then, you know, I had a session with her and asked her if she would join our Power of 8 group. And then Cheryl and I had a couple more sessions with her, and we invited her to come to, where's she coming, Cheryl? Are we going to tell them?
Oh, well, when are you talking then? Are you talking about Wednesday to the Power of 8?
Well, yeah. So Wednesday, Power of 8. Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's just leave it there.
Yeah.
Come on Wednesday to the Power of 8.
Check it out for yourself.
You can, you know, the last time we had her on there as our guest, she, how many people did she? Probably about 8 or 10.
Six to 10. I didn't keep track. I didn't count, but
yeah,
at least 6 in less than an hour for the time we read her bio and a few other things. We were like, it's 9 till 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time on this coming Wednesday, June 28th. It introduces you to her, and that's our intention behind that, is to introduce you to Dr. Rose and the work that she does, because holy smokes.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before, how she does it. And anyways, it's way cool.
It's way cool.
It's way cool. So come and join us. I put the link already there.
Perfect. Yeah, and there's no charge for this, right? If you want to work with her afterwards, that's between you and her. But it introduces you to a really cool, very, very talented woman.
Yeah.
Who, and there's no point going Google searching her website. She doesn't have one.
Nope.
We'll just save you the time of that.
That's
why we're doing this. That's why
you can find her on Facebook.
Yeah. Anyway, cool. All right. So
back to plants.
Let's go back to plants. Let's finish. We started a little bit with the plants in my yard, but let's talk about plants, because you had already started with cleaning out the sheds or the garage and things like that. Plants also need attention. It's not plunk them in the ground and walk away. So for example, I noticed this week, one of our neighbors planted a tree. Yay. Well, they already don't mow the lawn. So now in the middle of the lawn is this tree. And I haven't seen it watered since they planted it. As Anita said earlier, how you care for, respect, and value anything is how you care for, respect, and value everything.
Yeah.
Plants are living energy. And if you've got plants in your yard, in your home that need some attention, please give them attention.
Because it's a reflection, right? It's a total reflection. And there's the clue when you're driving by in your neighborhood you know, just by looking at somebody's yard, you know, what kind of values they have. You know that if they are keeping their yard and their flowers and everything beautiful looking, that they also, you know, other things in their life are also in order,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And that's the kind of person, you might want to do business with, you might want to go have coffee with, right? If you're in alignment with their values, if you also keep your yard lovely, right? And I mean, I see it all the time. My son, one of my sons, he is a very particular, and his yard is kept beautiful, right? He's very, you know, conscientious about weeds growing and all of those things. And the people on either side of him, well, they have dandelion haven. And you think, come on, really, really, people? But, you know, again, it kind of goes to that reflection, like he is in everything that he does, in his woodworking, in, you know, as an employee, he's always going the extra effort, right? He's always putting that extra effort in. He, you know, has that, you know, maybe it's a little bit too far of that perfectionist personality, but it's reflected in his yard, 100%, right?
Yeah, I would agree. So just have a look around, just become observant. It's not judgment on anybody's situation. Okay. It's not judgment. It's a reflection. And we're just trying to use it as a teaching moment. So become observant. Maybe you don't see it in your yard because you're there. You see it every day. And we actually do get very complacent. Are there places in my house that need attention? Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
Hell yes. Without a doubt. Hands down. Hell yes.
Yep.
I'm human. I have a spouse. We have a dog. Hell yes. But besides that, observe around you. And when you're, so what comes to what I'm hearing right now is because I'm pointing a finger at a neighbor, I have to look in my own yard. Where's that coming back? Where is that being reflected?
And you know what? Probably in your perfectionism,
100%.
right? In your perfectionism that, and your love of plants, then when you're looking at this tree that is beautiful and, you know, has potential, and somebody's not watering it, you know, I can feel that right there. And the same thing, I mean, Cheryl gave me some beautiful ferns that I wanted to use at the rental property. And so she took the time to dig them up. I took the time to plant them. And they were, you know, coming up beautiful and looking great. And I watered them, and I asked the tenant to water them. She said, sure, no problem. Well, there's like, out of 10, there's 2 of them that are alive because she didn't water them. And so I was like, you know, I was really frustrated about that. And my husband says to me, it's not her responsibility to water the plants. Okay, granted. However, I did ask her as a tenant, would you mind watering those plants for me? And she didn't. And so, again, you know, that reflection, Cheryl, coming back to me is, you know, did I need to be more specific in, could you water the plants every second day? Did I need to remind her? And or should I have just taken on that responsibility myself, right? Because now I have to dig out what's there, go to Cheryl's, get some more ferns, and replant them.
And good thing Cheryl has lots of ferns.
Yeah, but you know, and so again, you're right. You know, what is the reflection? What's the connection of the reflection that's coming back? Yes.
And maybe it's a commitment.
Definitely.
Maybe it's that she made a commitment to you and she's not following through. So where have you made a commitment that you're not following through on?
Oh, yeah. Okay. That goes boing. Yep. Okay.
Could be because everything is a reflection, and where we're
It
learning
is.
is up to
Yep.
us to choose it and get those answers, right?
Yep.
So
Okay. What's the
cool.
numbers telling up today?
Well, we had a 12, a 9, and a 39. So I get
Mhm.
that they total a 6.
Ooh, okay. Well,
Pregnant with possibilities.
pregnant with possibilities. Oh, potentiality.
Potentiality coming up again. So, which is interesting because when I had my session with Dr. Rose, my soul came through with a message, and we've been waiting for you to step into your potentiality.
Yeah, I think I had a similar reminder.
Right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm just going to look in the double digitology book.
Yep.
What it says about the 6.
Yeah, pregnant with potentiality.
Yes.
In
the past, the energy of the 6 has only been about material possessions. And yes, it is still important to pay attention to material possessions, to those material possessions that you have in your world. However, now the 6 carries much greater message. The 6 itself is about releasing your worry about material possessions, or releasing your worry about the effectiveness of your money or anything related to your material world. The 6 is also about being pregnant with new ideas that are bursting to be born. We mean, just look at the number. The 6 is leaning forward just a bit in excited anticipation of what is coming. What new ideas are entering your world? And after today, this is a really good question. Do you have a project noodling around in your head that has been rolling around for years, sort of percolating, and now the 6 appears? It is time to give birth, metaphorically speaking, or take action.
Oh, yeah, that totally resonates.
That garage has bothered me for a long time. That shed has really annoyed me for a long time. Action taking. Yay! You're reading comments. Any questions or anything we need to address?
I love what Sharon has to say, and I'm going to read it aloud. And you know what? You can go back if you're listening to this. You can go back and scroll back. A while back, we had helped Sharon with a recommendation at what we call some feng shui mirror reflection energy. And so she says her neighbor that had let her yard go, she's gotten to know her a bit, and she has said that she doesn't know anything about yards. She was raised in an apartment in Vancouver. So Sharon and her husband, being good neighbors, are cutting their lawn, have trimmed her small tree in the front of her front door as it was overgrowing the entrance. And she said the feng shui mirror fix has helped so much. Yay. And you know what, Sharon, I love that because, again, just like Cheryl was talking about, what am I pointing my finger at, what's being reflected back. So it may be an opportunity for us to be in service, right? It may be just like your neighbor that, doesn't know a lot about plants. And Cheryl and I know a lot about plants. And so maybe, Cheryl, with the guy with the tree, maybe it's an idea to go knock on the door and say, hey,
have a conversation. Yeah.
I'm your neighbor, and I just happen to have a horticultural background. Love that you planted that tree in the front yard, blah, 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 right?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, you're right. I think that's a great idea.
Oh, love that. Thank you so much, Sharon. That's wonderful. Yay. Okay.
Cool. Anything
We're
else?
10 a.m. already.
Oh, it always flies. Always flies. So yeah, thank you for joining us on Facebook. Of course, you can watch all of the replays.
Be a wind dancer.
Wind dancer. Yeah.
Wind dance today.
Dancing.
Wood, fire, earth. Yeah. Mhm.
And of course, you can watch all of our episodes on All in Alignment on YouTube as well. And if we haven't said it already, thank you.